Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome with me, Alpha by Omega, and Rome. So in the previous episode we have started a process that can best be described as reclaiming the territories that we have lost during the Civil War. And today we are going to continue. We have recently reclaimed Vallis Arne, and now our legions are going to march southwards towards Brutium, Calagua, is it? Calactea, and we'll also need to station troops around Epirus, because that is an ally of these two nations, and we'll need to make sure that we suppress them as well. Now the question is if we'll be able to take all three in one piece. If not, we'll have the war run for a bit and then sign individual treaties with each one of them, because I do not see a reason why we should delay it. Now it's a little bit sad that we have an aggressive expansion of this high. Unfortunately, we're still gaining some aggressive expansion from retaking the territories, which doesn't sound right to me because they are, core Roman territories and have been for hundreds of years. But still. However, let's start this by actually disbanding the levies, because we have forgotten to do that. And what are you? You are marching somewhere. No? No, you're not. You're not supposed to be here. Why? Was it because you're... Oh, you're disloyal. Well, you can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna bother with you. It's 2k. They're not gonna threaten us in any way. So, how are we gonna handle this? We'll need 2 regions here, but it would probably make sense to put 2 more regions down over there. Do we have enough? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, we have 5 regions over here. So it's okay because I'll transport 2 to Sicily and 1 to Epirus, and we'll use this one as well. So is this territory able to feed you? Maybe not. But if we send them more food, they definitely will be willing to try it. Actually, pretty well here, so that is fine. Alright, so let's station you away from here and into here. And we'll need to start transporting troops. So these 2 legions, can we feed them here? It's not very likely, but they will be okay for at least a little bit. I have to hurry. So you guys go here. The other army can... Do you have Rapax? No. The other one will be in cities. I'll take you guys, transfer you here. Now how's the food situation here? Not very good. Again, we can fix that by importing more grain. We can't. Alright. So let's import more fish and other stuff. It's gonna make up for it. Like fruits and vegetables. Right. It's not grain, but it is going to help. And here the situation is a little bit better, but not great either. However, that's gonna be fine. So you will be transported. You will be transported. Wait, I think I'm missing 1 region. There's 2. There's 2. There's 1. Which is marching over here, so we need 1 more. Alright, I guess that can be you guys. So let me send you to this port. Alright, so far so good. Monetary balance is low, it's 90%, but I think that's gonna re-establish once we have the month go by. Alright, whatever country that was, it's gone now. Bureaucratic mess. Fezzan will become more autonomous. Our bureaucratic system is entangled in its diplomatic relations and is no longer able to keep up with the affairs of the various countries that form the empire. Some subjects have adapted, however, and Fezzan is in particular naturally filled Fasan has in particular natural-filled administrative gaps with his own administrators. In their own words, this will considerably lighten the administrative overload. Oh yeah, that's the issue. Alright, so how are we doing? 97%, yes, it reinitialized. Rome has another import route. Let's put marble in that. Alright, I'm starting to get a decent amount of money coming in. Again. Now, do we have anyone with a decent amount of trade routes? You can start importing more. You guys could import more precious metals if there are some. No, there are not. That's starting to be worrisome because literally we're getting into a situation where we cannot import more. Rose capital bonus. Well, that's not great. Hopefully, being a little bit low is not gonna cause us that much of an issue. We'll have to see. Alright, you guys can march a little bit. Wait, what? With this. Go here. Drop it off over here. Who died? It's a little bit weird. Was that a Legion commander? I guess it had to be a Legion commander. Because we're not getting a prompt anywhere. Alright, Cornelia. I can basically fill the legions with them. Even if they are pretty much useless. We never will have to give them command. So like so, for example. He will now be a tribune of a legion, and with God's blessing, he's never gonna get anywhere near command. Oh no, this is the legion that I had here. Alright. I guess you can stay there. We'll be fine. We have a decent amount of rebels there. Actually, look, you can save a little bit of time and send you here. Sarah can actually feed. Oh, alright. So I guess the plague is definitely behind us because we're no longer having any issues with food or anything. So that makes me happy. You have absolutely no slaves at all here. That's an interesting development. How are we to survive without our slaves? Huh? Have anyone thought about that? How can the average Roman live without being pampered by the underclass? Answer me that, populares. Alright, so you guys are doing good. The only issue is with Epirus. But if we box them in as we plan to, there's not gonna be any issue at all. Yeah, they really have a rebel army marching there and back. Alright, Western Delta is actually recovering. More pops have died though. Are you still this? Are still this low? And I cannot blame you, the food situation is tragic. That's the effect of the plague. Right, you know what? Grab these guys. We'll position you like this. Yes, yes. We lost more trade. How unfortunate. But we'll be fine. Rome just gained another trade route, but they're doing great with food, so I'm actually running out of ideas what to get. The base metals we got. I can start working on Sephiroth. Which is gonna help us with the civilization level. And with this said, I think we can declare war, just to not make it any longer than the absolute. It has to be 97%. Each integrated pop. Now, what is the effect? It's not showing me. I guess we're importing as much as we can, and it's just not enough. Alright, so Brutium, we are coming for you. Okay, go this way. You can go to Crotona. You can go here. You can advance in here. You can start the siege there. And you're gonna march southwards this way. The Minister of Excellence. Oh, what's this? Nonus Minucius, in a fine display of financial acumen, has made significant alterations to the national budget. We should expect to see a much better revenue this year. He deserves the best, or we get extra tax. I'll take the extra tax any day. Alright, and we can march. Alright, so this legion has no commander. It does have a commander. What was that all about? Yeah, we're starting to see a pretty decent influx of money. That makes me happy. It also allows me to start investing a little bit into my territory. So Valvata as a province can get a foundry. And I mean, these ones would be a given, but do we need to build them? I guess so. It is the base of the Roman wife. You guys are severely disloyal. So harsh treatment, because we need to fix this. You have enough food though, which is the good sign of a recovering province. Let's start inputting. Alright, food subium. Now, did we still have a divine sacrifice? I don't want to waste political influence, because it turns out we never really had as much of it as we wanted to. Okay. It was the ton of trade routes, but I don't think anything important was lost. Dates were lost, right? So Morzuk is gonna help with commerce. Anything else? Cinnabar. Royalty governors. That's about it. And then we have extra 4 trade routes. I don't know, I would love to import sugar. That has a really nice effect. Dyes. We have dyes. Ironwood horses. We have amber gemstones. Do we have glass? I don't think we have glass. Let's import glass. How do we have wood? Does nothing for us. Hemp. Yeah, let's import hemp. I mean, we can, so why wouldn't we? Food-wise, we are okay. Rome is on the rise again. So let's not bother with technicalities. You guys are boxed in, there's no way for you out, which makes me happy. But I have a feeling that... No, we'll be able to take them all. That's 65, 90. Alright, that's nice. I'm really happy about that. Grand Centenario. So this is gonna be quick combat. And a quick war as well. Alright, Asia doesn't have a governor, and we have a couple of good ones. Lucius Empronio Cicero is a pretty good guy for the job. Alright, so these guys were eliminated. That means we can now go and siege this fort. I think with that we are killing everyone. This is looking pretty decent. Evangelism, unfortunately, is also happening. But we'll deal with the Christians later. Stability drop. Oh no! Our dictator had died. Well, and now we're being ruled by Paulus Claudius, who is 4 years old. Now that is something. I think once he comes of age, we are going to proclaim the empire, because we will recover by then most of the provinces, and I think that would be a pretty decent time to do this, even roleplay wise. What's the monitor? It should be, yeah, it's dropping, unfortunately. We have a bunch of provinces that actually have a lowering. Aluminium is fine. You guys are not fine. It's because of the nobles who are fairly hateful. You have a pretty decent governor. Let's just harsh treat you up to reasonable levels. 4 more. You are okay, you are okay. You are not okay. You're decreasing despite. Yeah, we're getting really bad vibes from this one. Artona. There's no city here, that's the issue. And at this point, can we create a city? We can, even though they're disloyal. I'm not sure if that's gonna help with anything, but there's no nobles, there's just citizens. So let's import them some spices to make them happier. What is dragging you down? Yeah, they are completely foreign to us. That's the issue. Alright, you guys are fine, you guys are fine, you guys are fine. You are improving. You are not. But it's just a minor thing, and we can harsh treat you into compliance. I feel like the issue here might be. Yeah, it helped. The issue here might be just generally unrest and pillaging and everything. Isauria, same. Yeah, this one requires us to go to war, because this one tiny province is not gonna cut it. What is increasing unhappy pops? Yeah, but I cannot do anything with the unhappy pops. That's the issue. Alright. Well, and Sufane here, which can be harsh treated into compliance. Alright, So, with the exception of 2 provinces, everybody is getting better. That makes me happy. So the next target is gonna be Ionia, Tritonia, and you, and then we're gonna go after the Ptolemaics because we need this province, and we also need this province, and Thrace should also fall to us. Alright, so that's one of these. We can also go over there. Yeah, and you're dead. There's no way out from the Communion of the Way. Leave them alone for now, or slaughter them all. I mean, the little guy has no traits. Do we have a regent? His mother is on the throne. She's a pillager and abrasive. Slaughter them. She would probably push for that. Alright, oratory advances. Finally, after a long time we get an advance. Is there anything here that would directly help us? Diplomatic immunity, that's reputation. We're moving towards lowered corruption. Alright, that makes absolute sense to me. Tribute income, allied representatives. Not sure about that. Sorry for the little skip. So, as I was saying, it would really benefit us if we could find something that would help with relations. I could definitely benefit from an increased amount of relations, but I don't think there's anything here. At least, oh, there's one. Extra diplomatic range and foreign network. Alright, let's put them like so. But truth be told, I still think that we need to go with selective immunity, military patronage, and the Julian calendar first, and then the scientific patronage and sponsored research. Those are gonna help us way more. So let's go with selective immunity. Wait, can we? Or can we not? Needs one of... Oh, we don't have the shift cipher. Yeah, okay. So diplomatic immunity, that gives us diplomatic reputation. And then these two. And then you. And you as well. And then we're gonna move towards coding and foreign network. Alright, well, I guess that's that. The distance between seats of government means that the safety of ambassadors must be sacrosanct. We must all speak the same terms. Alright, well, anyway, let's continue. We're gonna finish this conquest and then consider the episode done. Should be relatively easy. Wow, how did you... Oh, it's mercenaries. Alright, well, you can waste your troops on anything you want. And waste your money. Doubly so. Alright, the Siege of Ambracia is done. We're gonna go visit you guys. See what's up with that. And all things considered, I'm gonna go back here and get rid of you. Alright, so pretty much just two last sieges and we'll be done. Okay, one more siege and we'll be done. Actually, I can send more troops in here. Until I need them here. Damn, they murdered some of our pops. Oh, you bastards. Alright, thank God that they are retreating, because I would hate it if they pillage that province even more. More evangelism. Or evangelism. I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct. I guess both. This is a level 2 fort, huh? Level 3 fort, actually. Damn, we fortified that place heavily. Alright, kill those bastards. Kill these bastards. And this one will recover automatically. Trade. another trade route. Siege of Eponium is 1. And that does it, friends. We have recovered our territories. Alright, that army has been defeated. And I think with this, that's all she said. Yep. We gotcha. Poop. We got everything. Oh, that makes me happy. Alright. Spend the money here. Let's execute little deeds. And Rome has recovered a significant amount of its territory now, which makes me extremely happy. They are not, though. But unfortunately, that is not my current issue. Your happiness was my issue until you decided to revolt. For now, so... Damn, we still cannot import more. We will have to look in depth, maybe even in the next episode, if we can increase the amount of gold that we are producing somehow. Because this is not great. You lost a ton of buildings and a ton of population too. It's not great. Let's import food so that you do not starve. Alright, you definitely need to start suppressing the Christians here. There's a lot of them. 37 pops. That is an unpleasantly high amount of enemies of the state. Import some spices, make the citizens happy. And you're the last ones, right? Wait, I need to turn on your auto trading. And here, well, they're actually alright. They have even more Christians here though. Jesus. Yes, exactly, Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth. By the way, for those of you that are interested in this kind of history, the early Christian history is actually very interesting. All of the sects and you know, the way they try to unify, codify, the way they opposed each other, you know, the Trinity, and all of these discussions are extremely interesting. So if you'd be interested in that, I would suggest you look into it. So we can now conquer you, and we can now conquer you. And I think we can also conquer Ionia. No, we cannot. And Ionia is actually going to be allied with the Ptolemaics. So the war against the Ptolemaics will mean that we will take this and this territory. But we have to chill a bit. Look at that aggressive expansion. We got 58.23. So recovering these is going to be a little bit more important now. Alright, that's going to be our next goal. So let me just send you guys over here. And we're gonna... Oh hell, we got a lot of troops here. So let me send the ships here. I'm gonna take 1 legion. I think 1 legion should be enough for this, but we can take 2, frankly. So let's just finish this episode by doing exactly that. You guys are gonna move. Tightening the strings. Oh no, not the research. That was the last one that I wanted to have. Damn it. In my opinion, that's the most painful one too. Like, you know, the one that hits you the hardest. Okay, can you get fed here, or are they... Yeah, you can. It's fine. So be stationed in the city. And the region that we have here. Regio Cisalpine Gaul, go to Ravenna. Regio Greece, go to Rome. And Regio Africa is going to be transported to Africa. Alright, that makes perfect sense to me. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one, where we are going to continue with the glorious recovery of Rome. So far, so good. The monetary issues are the only ones that are actually bothering us at this point. Oh well, we'll see.